Hi, greetings from St Peter's Eastern Hill. I'm standing outside Keble House, which was a big part of the early days of the Brotherhood of St Laurence, and we're very proudly remember those days here at St Peter's and wish you well at the Brotherhood of St Laurence all these 90 years later. About 3 years after the foundation of the Brotherhood, towards the end of 1933, Keble House here, well, just a year or two before, the school that was here had collapsed due to the Depression, and Farnham Maynard, the Vicar of St Peter's then, was looking for a way that he might make good use of this terrific facility. And he had a chat with his friend up in Newcastle, and long and short is by the end of 1933, Keble House was formed as the base for the Brotherhood of St Laurence. And at that time there were 12 students, 4 priests, 4 who were in training for the priesthood, and another 4 who were either lay members of the Brotherhood or training to be lay members of the Brotherhood. And so they met here in this house. They slept here. They created little rooms with Hessian blankets or Hessian cloth to separate where people could sleep. There was places where they could study, and this was their home for a number of years. And there's a great little book, I'm sure you've come across it before, or if not, do see if you can get a copy, by John Hanfield, Friends and Brothers, A Life of Fr Tucker, founder of the Brotherhood of St Laurence and Community Aid Abroad. And I'd just like to read from you what went on in these premises here at Keble House. The daily routine, John writes, at Keble House was strict. The students rose at 6:30 a.m, showered, shaved and dressed, ready for 15 minutes meditation in the chapel in the living quarters here at St Peter's, at Keble House. Matins followed at 7:15, and then Holy Communion and breakfast at 8. Up to that point, the students were under the rule of the Greater Silence, which commenced at 10 o'clock each night and ended the following morning at the breakfast table. They were not permitted to talk at all during the Greater Silence. Between 8:30 and 9:30, they tidied their rooms, made their beds, swept the quarters. They studied or attended lectures from 9:30 till 12:30, with an 11 o'clock break for morning tea. And here's a lovely little detail: Brockhoff's breakages was what they ate with their cups of tea. These were factory rejects brought cheaply from a nearby biscuit manufacturer. The students, in fact, designed the coat of arms for the order, which had a broken biscuit as part of the symbolism of their frugality of life. During the study periods, the lesser silence, there was no talk except about work. And then intercessory prayers were said in the chapel from 12:15 to 12:30, followed by lunch, at which a student read aloud to the diners to occupy their minds, much as would happen on retreat. I expect many of you will have experienced that yourselves. And then from 1:15 to 3:15 they had 2 hours of free time. Brockhoff's breakages and tea followed, and then further study and the lesser silence till evening prayer at 5:30, followed by the evening meal at 6 p.m, and conversation was permitted then. From 6:30 to 7:30 was a little bit more free time, and then study and the lesser silence until 9:15 supper, conversation permitted, and at 9:15 compline and the evening service, and then thereafter till the breakfast table next morning, the Greater Silence. So just a little taste of what went on here. There were also connections to St Mary's in Fitzroy, working with the very poor in this time of depression, and much more could be said about that. But greetings anyway from St Peter's. Thought you might enjoy just having a little taste of where the Brotherhood began in Melbourne, and our best wishes to you. It's been terrific. I've so enjoyed connecting with the Brotherhood of St Laurence myself as a board member for a time. Prior to that, when I was chaplain at Geelong Grammar, we established with Deborah the students coming in and living at the Brotherhood, and sort of full immersion for a few days, and I have very fond memories of that. And the students from Geelong Grammar also, many of them said this was a profound time for them. So our best wishes from St Peter's to the Brotherhood of St Laurence on this 90th year, and every blessing for 90 more, and many after that, no doubt. God bless you all.